It's okay.
Yeah, the whistle's pretty loud.
Where did they say the smoke?
It's not that loud.
Some of that big smoke at the back. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure which one was the
Smoking
back
at
or
the
front.
stern, yeah.
Maybe it's over car.
Hello, and once again, welcome aboard. At present, we are in Kenora Bay and going to be making our way out into Safety Bay. But before starting off on our tour, if you look to the north, you will see a highway, but Highway 17 in Ontario. Just behind that, you will see the CP Rail main line. Well, that area was finished in the development of the area in mining, forestry, fishing, and tourism.
There was a it, like the heat was still low there.
As we look over by the Highway 87, by Mr. Horvath, the owner of a sign shop in those days, Now on that point originally, you would have found a gold refinery. They were over to Mr. Brackus Brooks as an incentive to build a paper mill here in Kenora. The large red brick building on the hillside to the right is the Lake of the Woods District Hospital.
That one.
The hospital was founded in 1897 as the Rat Portage Jubilee Hospital. Then it's changed its name to the St. Joseph Hospital, and finally to the Lake of the Woods District Hospital. It treats over 30,000 patients a year, and the catchment area for this hospital is so large it is its own Sikorsky 576 helicopter on a 24-hour standby. This helicopter is used for bringing sick or injured patients in and out of the remote outlying areas or sending them out to the larger centers like Thunder Bay or Winnipeg for more specialized care. Kenora, it was run by the Grey Nuns out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Well, it closed with the opening of the Lake of the Woods District Hospital. As we pull out into Safety Bay, you may wonder how it got its name. Well, in the old days, they used to haul logs on Lake of the Woods to feed the paper mill. And when the tugboat captains rounded the point of land at the far end of the bay, it was the last stretch of water before they had to make their way home. Therefore, it was called Safety Bay. Now, Safety Bay is not only a bay popular with boating, but it also serves as a landing strip and takeoff. The large covered dock off on the left-hand side you see is known as the Old Argyle Dock. The waters flowing under the bridge on your right-hand side form the second of three tributaries that flow from the Lake of the Woods into the Winnipeg River system. You'll notice a log boom that stretches between the point and the island. Well, that's there for a very good reason. You see around the corner just out of sight is the Norman Power Dam. It too has an incentive to expand its paper mill here. Well, when the water gets flowing very fast, over 1,300 cubic meters per second, right, you'll notice at the very peak a tree with a bit of a Y shape on the top with a bunch of branches. They're flying in towards the end of July, and once that happens, they're off and gone, and we hardly see the young birds after that. They're out learning how to be eagles and such. In the north, you'll see Norman Beach. Norman Beach is one of the 5 beaches within the city of Kenora. It's maintained by the city, and it does have a change room and a washroom and that wonderful beach. But one of the most exciting things about it is it's just around the corner from the Dairy Queen. Now, if you wanted to find the Norman Beach, you would take Highway 17 west, and when you got to the set of lights by the Co-op gas station, turn towards the lake, make your way down, find your place to park, and walk on down to the beach. It's very comfortable, and I recommend it for anybody. This used to be a town in its own right, which was founded in 1877. At one time, Keewatin was home to the Lake of the Woods Milling Company, which was the largest milling center in the British Commonwealth. That mill operated from 1888 to July 3rd, 1967, when the mill was destroyed in a spectacular nighttime fire, never to be rebuilt. Fortunately, though,
dog. Powered one. Nice. The ship goes inside like in a garage.
Where?
See, there is a car. Ship's inside. Cool. Here is the sea. You see? There's like, you know, it's kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
Royal Lake of the Woods Yacht Club. This club was founded in 1903, and the current clubhouse you see was built in 1909. In 1914, His Royal Highness and Princess Patricia visited the yacht club. It was said that they fell in love. This. If you were to stand on the end of a football field and hold up a newspaper and have your friend look from the other goal line of the football field, he would see you standing there holding the paper. Well, if you had the eyes of an eagle, you would actually be able to read the words on that paper. Water is starting to dive down. Watch closely. Likely he's going to be going for a fish. As we approach the island coming up on your right-hand side, it's known as the Isle of Pine. Now, the Isle of Pine has a bit of folklore that goes along with it. You see, back in the early days, a young man, a banker from Winnipeg, and his wife and their young daughter bought this island. They came out here with a work crew and a load of materials to build their cottage. Well, in the morning, the young man got up, bid his wife adieu, told her to write him a letter when the cottage was done, and headed back to work. Well, the folklore goes, as I'm told by the woman's great-granddaughter, in the morning, the foreman asked her where she wanted her cottage built. Well, she lifted up her dress and tore off some ribbons off her petticoat and tied them to the four corners where the cottage was built, where it stands to this day. Now, that cottage is like a museum. I've had the opportunity to have a tour of the place. It has all of the original furnishings, paintings, etc. It is like a museum.